Hi, I'm John, and welcome back to Dice Paper Miniatures. Well, here we are with another video based on the recently live streamed Warhammer Fest 2022 Day 3. I just got done with the Necromunda video, so after this one, if you're into Necromunda, definitely consider checking that one out. But the next one up is actually going to be for Kill Team, kind of doing these in the order of the ones that kind of had the most impact to me. So if you go to the Warhammer community page, you'll find that the Kill Team is a little bit further down now on their list, but it was revealed today. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one. So in a lot of ways, for me, this Kill Team release, I'm actually really excited about, but probably not for the same reasons as everyone else. While I do like Space Marines, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the Phobos armor, and we'll see that here. In fact, let's go ahead and check that out first in the video. Renegade regiments. All right. Perfect. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I'm more excited for this new Traitor Guard, or I believe they're called the Militarum Traitoris. Yeah, especially that Commissar, and I think, yep, there's the Ogre in the background. Right on. So those two models were previously released in the back in the Blackstone Fortress expansion like 2 years ago. And I actually had those, but when their prices started going through the roof on eBay, I have to admit, I sold mine because it's like $300. And I always hoped they were going to re-release them because I love those models. And here we are, so that worked out pretty slick. And then, you know, the actual unit themselves looks really good too. Very similar to what was in that Blackstone Fortress as well. As I was saying, you know, the Phobos Marines, they're okay. I still have issues. I was watching some other live streamers talk about this while it was going on. I still have issues with kind of how their lower legs look. They look like they have like weird socks, but yeah, these two models, it was really difficult like getting rid of this set. I'm so happy it's back though. For me, this is like the only reason I'm really excited for this expansion. That, and we'll see the terrain too, is pretty decent because I almost bought this terrain set separately here. What was it, last week or the week before? It's probably 3 weeks now. But yeah, this Traitor Guard is awesome. But yeah, the Phobos, it looks like it's just the existing model line with the exception of like an upgrade sprue. They kind of did that similar thing with the Tau. That's fine. If that's the way they're going to cut some costs, I get it. It does help make them look a little different. But again, yeah, I think it was Valrak I caught part of his live stream and he was talking about how the lower legs on this armor style just doesn't work for him. And I kind of agree. I wish they sold like a little like plug and play kit where you can like fill in that shin guard area. It's not bad. It's just everything else about these designs I think are great. It's just the weird sock armor is kind of wonky. Other than that, these look fine. So yeah, the other cool thing with this release is actually, as I mentioned, the terrain. This Battle Zone Fronteras, I believe it was like $220, came out a few weeks ago. I almost pulled the trigger on it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't now because a lot of that terrain, if not all of it, is in this new expansion. Now, that being said, the terrain alone was like $220, and these sets typically sell for like $195, so there must not be quite as much terrain in this particular expansion, unless this goes beyond what Nockmund and Kalnath was. If this is supposed to be like a completely new starter set, then I could see them having more terrain, kind of like Octarius or Octavius. I still get those two words confused. That one had a lot more terrain, right? But this isn't stating that it's a whole new core set. So I'm assuming it's just another dual box expansion, but just with a lot of terrain. Yeah, I'm curious when we get to know some more information about this, if it is more than just an expansion or if it's actually a core set. They're not showing, you know, they make a reference to getting the core rulebook. I believe that's later on in the article. Yeah, so if there's no core book in here, then it is just an expansion with a bucket load of terrain. I am super happy I didn't get that Fronteras box set now. But since it was 220, this might be more than 195. This may get some more price creep. I'll be really curious to see what this looks like when it comes out as far as its cost goes. Uh but yeah, I think it's a cool set. Really excited for those Trader Guard, specifically the Commissar and the Ogryn, especially when we finally get the smaller box, just the Kill Team specific releases, because I'll probably buy a couple of those now. I mean, shoot, what I sold that expansion for Blackstone Fortress will cover the cost of this box and then some. So I can't complain. This is almost, well, arguably better than the Necromunda release, specifically because of all this terrain. But I really did like that Necromunda release as well. All right, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited for this new one? Are you disappointed it's Space Marines? Are you disappointed the Space Marines are mostly just an upgrade sprue? I mean, it happens, but I'd love to hear your thoughts below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this content and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm really enjoying making this content. And I feel the more people that subscribe, the more it pushes me to just get, dial my game in more and to keep getting that content out there as fast as possible. A lot of this stuff lately has been review. I know it's supposed to also be a lot of related to miniature painting, uh, maybe even critiquing, and as well as like sculpting and design. My day job is art direction, and I really haven't addressed that in this channel yet, but that content will be coming more in the future. So yeah, definitely consider subscribing. It's greatly appreciated, and it really does help with the growth of the channel. As always, thanks for checking this one out. I hope you're doing well. Be safe, take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.